The opinions expressed are those of the program host and guest and are not those of WSTU. WSTU does not endorse products that may be mentioned. Any reproduction or retransmission of this broadcast is strictly prohibited without written consent of WSTU. The phone lines are open. Call in with your questions and comments at 220-9788. That's 220-WSTU. It's time for Stewart Laser Talk with your host, Dr. Tred J. Rizacker.
I'm 5'10" and 242 pounds.
I always say this is the biggest I'm ever going to be, and I said that like 20 pounds ago.
A third of Americans are obese, another third is overweight.
Obesity is the biggest threat to the health, welfare, and future of this country.
I've always been overweight.
I've got diabetes.
Sleep apnea, heart disease.
Everything's hurting now.
It's a lot easier to lose weight than it is to keep weight off.
This is probably going to be the first generation of children who are going to have a shorter life expectancy than their parents.
18% of our children right now are obese.
It's not only health, it's about survival and well-being of the United States as a nation.
You don't crave broccoli, and our generation has grown up craving a Big Mac.
I'm going to think that there's something better for me.
Unless we're able to control this epidemic, we're going to have an abundance of chronic disease.
All of us have to be part of the solution to reduce obesity.
The weight of the nation is out of control, but we can fix that.
If we don't now take this as a really urgent national priority, we are all going to pay a really serious price.
Obesity will crush the United States in oblivion.
Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. My name is Dr. Tred Rizacker, and I am a doctor of chiropractic, and I am your host here today for the next hour on the Slim Body Laser Spa Health and Wellness Show. You know I do laser-assisted weight loss, whole body rejuvenation, detoxification. We can take someone who's, sick and tired and get them to be healthy and full of energy in only 3 weeks, laying on their back, listening to music. That is, if weight is a problem. My office is called the Slim Body Laser Spa, and it's located on East Ocean Boulevard, right down the street from the Fresh Market. And you can lose 3 to 9 inches of stubborn belly fat in exactly 3 weeks or 9 sessions. There's no surgery, there's no diet, and there's no exercise, and that's no kidding. The procedure is FDA cleared, and it's a great option when weight loss and dieting and exercising just isn't cutting it. Or maybe you're ready to make a move and you know how hard it is to eat less and to exercise, and you want that extra kick start. Well, the Slim Body Laser Spa is a perfect place for you to come down and enjoy yourself. You can actually reverse type 2 diabetes if you lose weight. A lot of people do. You can change your blood sugar. You can increase your lean muscle mass. You can increase your energy. And it's a laser that assists in weight loss. And I'm going to go over that pretty in depth today. We're open for consultations. We always offer free consultations, and that would be 772-223-5885. Or you could go online and just get on your little cell phone and click the voice Google Assistant and just say Slim Body Laser Spa. And this little girl's voice, I don't know why it's a girl's voice, comes in and says, Slim Body Laser Spa, located in Stewart, 2311 Southeast Ocean Boulevard. And it gives the phone number. And all you got to do is say, call. I mean, it doesn't get any easier than that.
Nope.
So it's almost creepy, these smartphones. So, but they really, really allow you to stay connected to things of interest and things that are important to you. And it also allows your memory to go to pot because you don't have to remember anything anymore. But that's a whole nother story. Anyway, I have a website, Dr. Tred's Slim Body Laser Spa. I've recently redid the website. I have a new URL. We have a WordPress responsive website now which means it shrinks and enlarges depending on if you're on a cell phone or if you're on the internet itself.
Yep, key for 2018.
Yeah, it's called Responsive. I love it. And I have contact pages. When you contact us, it goes into a Weber lead capture system, and then it broadcasts it to my email, to the staff, on an instant messenger. It is just so cool. I love it when I see you have you got mail. And we're probably averaging 4 to 8 leads a week from the internet, which, I back even 2 years ago, there wouldn't be one person a month that would actually come in from the internet. But it's becoming so much more common to research and to study these procedures. So we're all over the internet. We've got a YouTube channel, got a Facebook presence, and of course Twitter, which is more of a listening post. I don't do a lot of Twitter feeds. I'm not that aggressive with my point of views. I just wish that everyone was as healthy as I am, has gotten the ability to be healthy. And that's really what it's about. Slim Body Laser Spa. So why, one of the things I'm going to go over today for those who are listening and looking for some new information and some new stuff, do you know there was a article that just came out in the New York Times, and this was just recently, and it basically states that the studies show very little benefit in supplements. Did you see that, Mike?
No, it's little benefit in supplements. Okay.
Yep. And it was on several of the news feeds, the BuzzFeed, the Drudge Report, and I read this article. And when I was over at the show, I was at the Oyster Festival this weekend, 4 or 5 people came up and wanted to discuss those findings.
Really?
In other words, it really, really resonated with a lot of people. And basically, what it's stating is they did a study in the American Journal of the American Medical Association in October, and they actually claim that the overall use of dietary supplements is not necessary as much as we're taking.
So when
we're taking too many too often for the wrong reasons.
When they say dietary supplements, are we talking about things specifically to make you lose weight, or are they talking about everything from?
We're talking vitamins and minerals,
and
essential fatty acids, and CoQ10, and vitamin D and vitamin A. These are the basis of nutrition. This is why we eat food, is to get these nutrients.
Right. I've always feared that some of those supplements was more of it could have been a sugar pill. On how would I know the difference?
Well, that's one of the big pictures they had. It was either scientific or placebo.
Right. Yeah.
In the article they had it with that actually was one of the pictures to get you to look at it, and so I think it's really interesting. I'm just going to go over a little bit about what I know about vitamins and minerals and supplementation, and I'm going to tell you that the article is bizarre in the fact that I think that the use of vitamins and minerals and supplementation is well proven as beneficial, and that they have to be very careful when they try to use a broad brush to paint over saying that that this is a problem.
Okay.
Because and I'm going to go into this study a little bit to try to explain exactly why I believe that what they're saying is flawed. So, Americans, why are we even interested in this? Americans spend more than $30 billion a year on dietary supplements. And dietary supplements are vitamins, minerals, and herbal products, among others, many of which are unnecessary or of doubtful benefit to those taking them. And that's what they're claiming. This comes to about $100 a year for every man, woman, child, for substances that are often of questionable value. Now, I don't know anybody else, but I spend $100 a month on vitamins and supplements.
Yeah.
Easy. They're saying $100 a year. The passage, now, in the government, they passed a Dietary and Supplemental Health and Education Act of 1994, and this opened the floodgates to an industry that can bring these products to market without submitting any evidence to the Food and Drug Administration that they are safe and effective in people. So that's important to understand that. When you do buy vitamins, minerals, and supplements, and they're advertised on the internet, and they're advertised. There's really no FDA clearance or FDA scrutiny as to the safety, the effectiveness, or what they're claiming, and just be aware of that when you do buy these vitamins, that's why it's much better to buy them from a reputable vitamin store like GNC or a company that you trust. This law allows the products to be promoted as supporting the health of different parts of your body if no claim is made that they can prevent, treat, or cure any ailment. The wording appears not to stop people from assuming that support translates to a proven benefit. So one of the big problems with vitamins, minerals, and supplements is that they say it supports heart health or supports blood sugar, diabetes. It supports, depression, it supports sleep, and it doesn't mean that it treats it, cures it, or prevents these ailments at all, that it's supportive. So buyer beware about that. So what happened is after 94 and they passed this law, the sales just skyrocketed. And many continued to be sold even after high-quality research showed they were no better than a placebo at supporting health. The government can halt sales of an individual product only after it is on the market and shown to be mislabeled or dangerous. And I know myself, I have looked at different products and read about that they had actually taken the capsule, the supplement, and had it tested in a lab and found out that 80 to 90% of the capsule was filler. Didn't even have the ingredient that they said was in there. And that can happen. Not a lot, but it does happen. And there are reputable vitamin companies that would never happen at. So just be aware of that too. So this study was published in the Journal of the American Medical Association, found out that the overall use of dietary supplements by adults has started to fall out of favor, while use of others has increased. So certain vitamins we're eating less, others we're eating a lot more. And I can tell you one that we're eating a lot more, and that would be the essential fatty acids. Everybody's including fish oil now.
Yeah, a lot of people. That's the trendy
fish
thing.
Oil and the vitamin D and the vitamin A, very, very, very popular.
The vet put my dog on vitamin E and omega-3 fatty acids.
Yep. So what's interesting is, the findings from this study were derived from in-home interviews with 37,000 adults in the National Health and Nutrition Examination Survey. This survey is conducted every 2 years. So, my own personal feeling about if you're going to say that vitamins and minerals have no benefit and you've only interviewed 37,000 adults in America and that's where they came up with the information, I would wonder about that as a database. I'd like to know a little bit more about what doctors said and nutritionists and people that are in the business, not just surveying people at home as to the benefits they've had and their illnesses and their problems. And the supplement, and the editorial was entitled "The Supplement Paradox: Negligible Benefits, Robust Consumption." And this is Dr. Peter Cohen of the Cambridge Health Alliance in Somerville Hospital Primary Care in Massachusetts pointed out that supplements are essential to treat vitamin and mineral deficiencies, and certain combinations of nutrients can help some medical conditions. However, for the majority of adults, supplements likely provide little, if any, benefit. Among the changes found in the study, multivitamin and mineral use declined 31% from 37%, so it's going down. And the rates of vitamin C, vitamin E, and selenium, which are antioxidants, has decreased. The use of that has decreased, which I think is probably foolish. Perhaps in response to research findings showing no benefit. So, however, he added, other products continue to be used at the same rate, despite major studies demonstrating no benefit over placebo. Thus, the use of glucosamine chondroitin to relieve arthritic pain remained unaffected by negative results in 2006 that showed that glucosamine and chondroitin arthritis intervention trial showed very little improvement in trials. Now, we're suffering with arthritis. It's absolutely epidemic. It's very common. And one of the issues is, glucosamine and chondroitin is something which can support arthritic help and help people with arthritis, but it sure isn't a cure-all. So that's something that's under a lot of scrutiny. This glucosamine chondroitin maybe isn't really that beneficial. Other studies who use dietary supplements and why. Again, using data from the National Health and Nutrition Survey, they said that 45% said they took vitamins and minerals to improve and maintain overall health. 36% of the women took calcium for bone health, and 18% of men took supplements for heart health or to lower cholesterol. Only 23% of the surveyed used supplements because a healthcare provider suggested they do so. So 45% of the people said they used supplements to improve and maintain their health. 36% of women took calcium for bone health, and 18% of men surveyed took supplements for heart health or to lower cholesterol. And only 23% of those surveyed used a healthcare provider suggested they do so. Very interesting. So, I'm going to go into this a little bit more. We always have testimonials that people that have been to the laser spa, the Slim Body Laser Spa, and have had some great results will call up and share their story. And I don't want to put her on hold while we're going over this vitamin study. I want to get back to why we're really here, and that's about laser-assisted weight loss.
Absolutely.
And, Mike, I did it myself. In 2012, I was 265 pounds, and I had a 40-inch belly, and I had the onset of type 2 diabetes. I was miserable. Neuropathy, frequent urination, tired, and I knew I was in trouble. I used my own laser, and in 3 weeks, I lost 10 inches of girth laying on my back using the laser. I applied it 9 times to my belly, and I lost 3 inches of girth, or 10 inches when you add the 3 together.
Absolutely.
And then I did another 3 sessions, and I dropped another 3 inches, so I lost a total of 12 inches, and I went from a sized waist, a 40 waist, to a 36 in 4 weeks.
That's incredible.
I looked and felt a lot better. I also cleaned up my diet, cut out the refined carbohydrates, and I dropped 10 pounds a month for 3 months. At the end of the 4th month, I was down 38 pounds and was wearing a size 36 pants. I had not worn 36 waist size since I was in my 20s, and I'm 57. And I did it on the laser. The laser helped a lot.
Absolutely.
A whole lot. And you had some results too?
I did. I went in. I was getting ready for my wedding, and I had been doing the diet and exercise thing, and we all know how slow that is. And so in the weeks leading up to the wedding, I went into the Slim Body Laser Spa. I lost 6.5 inches in 9 treatments, and I looked fantastic at the wedding. I was so skinny. Everybody was coming up to me going, "What did you do? How did you lose all the weight?"
3-4 weeks, man. That's amazing.
Yeah, it was the laser. And I look at the pictures often. I'm like, yeah, look how good I looked back then.
Well, you can always come back. This is like the prodigal son. You could always come back home, son. All right, so I have a caller. Her name is Claudia, and I'd like to hear from her. Hi, Claudia.
Good morning. How are you?
Yay! Clap your hands. Does that remind you of The Office, right?
Yes.
So, Claudia, tell us about yourself. How did you hear about the laser spa? Tell us about maybe some of the struggles you've had in the past and what your results were at the laser spa.
Well, I actually saw your ad in the newspaper.
Okay.
And I am 70 years young.
Exactly.
And have struggled with belly fat, which I really call baby fat because it all started with my 4 pregnancies. It just kept building up and building up.
Wow.
And I never really could get rid of it.
Yeah. That's a long time to have an unwelcome guest, right?
Yes. And
Can't get him out of the
building
house.
up, too. It wasn't getting less. So I came to the spa here.
Yep.
And in 3 weeks, 9 sessions, I lost 6 inches.
Wow. So 2 inches in girth in 3 spots, right?
Yes.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
So that's like a dress size, maybe 2?
Yes.
Wow.
And it's so comfortable, you could actually take a nappy here.
I
nap.
I heard the beeping in the background, so I know you're at the spa.
Right.
Wow. And was it comfortable? There was no pain, right? It's totally relaxing.
Right. Like I said, you could take a nap.
And are you sure about the results? Were they shown to you with pictures
and
measurements?
Oh, yes. He's very thorough with marking the exact spots each time, showing me the mirror where everything is, yes.
So, are you surprised how easy it was?
And my husband's a skeptic, and he can't believe it either.
Yeah.
Actually, he wants to start coming in, too.
Isn't that the best part? Because, how many people buy an exercise machine? Honey, I really like to get this machine, and he knows it's going to be a place for a clothing rack.
Yes.
Yet they still do it, right? Have you ever bought a treadmill and now it's just covered with clothing?
Yes.
And then it's like, and eventually you have to own up that it didn't really do what you were hoping it would do. And now, this is totally different.
It's amazing. I can't believe it.
I know. It's technology that just is new technology. And what we've done and what I've done and the staff is we have taken that technology and we've really protected it like a dove, you hold it carefully. You don't squeeze it too much. You don't let it go, but you just take good care of it. Mm-hmm. And we found out a way to apply it properly.
Well, you're very thorough here, too, because you get into the diet, too, where you can, maintain your loss.
Well, it sure didn't start out that way, Claudia. We didn't do diet in the very beginning. I thought that was something that people might not, they wouldn't want to come in because if they were able to diet, then they wouldn't be where they are.
Right, right.
And then what we found is that people love to be more involved in their results. They want to get better results. And when you teach them how to eat and you go over food, they're just so interested in it and they appreciate it so much. And that's why we started doing that. We started getting better, more consistent results and having a lot happier clients. And so that's why we do the food.
Yeah, well, I'm glad because for me, I really need to get the protein in. And the protein shakes are my route to get the protein in.
I know. We get protein has a bad name for the most part. As you get older, you stop. They want a more plant-based diet, but without protein, you can't build muscle.
Right.
You can't build the muscle strength, and muscle is what actually burns the fat.
Correct.
The muscle is the reason why we have fat is because we have muscles. The muscles need energy, and if you're not eating it, it gets it from the fat. So muscle tone and muscle strength has a lot to do with maintaining and sustaining this a better shape, a better figure.
Right.
A healthier person. Wow. Well, that's great. And 3 weeks, 6 inches.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I know you have that smile, so. And you wouldn't have called up and shared it. So you're not a paid sponsor. You're not on from the internet or anything.
No. I have to share so other people can get involved in this fantastic technique also.
And where are we located?
You're located in Stewart at Osh Boulevard.
That's right. And you can just walk in and say hi and see the before and after pictures. No high stress there, right? Everybody's pretty happy and friendly.
Yes, very happy and friendly.
Yeah, it's great. Well, I thank you so much, Claudia. You sound very truthful and honest, and there's nothing better than that.
Well,
nothing more
thank
powerful
you.
Than that. Yes, now I will share that with the staff. I'm going to buy them lunch today because they did so good for you.
There you go.
Sound? And we're going to eat nutritious, low-calorie food.
There.
No pizza.
I'm going to tell
those girls want pizza. They're only in their 20s. So that's all they ever want is pizza. Okay, Claudia. God bless. Thank you so much for sharing your story. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
You mentioned the exercise equipment. I got my eye on a treadmill that my friends bought, and it quickly became a coat rack. And so it went over to the next round of friends. They bought it for a little bit less. And
that's right.
Coat rack, and they sold it to another group of friends. Eventually, I'm going to get that thing for free.
Don't ever buy full price on an exercise machine. Just go on Craigslist. There's always somebody's trash is someone else's treasure when it comes to exercise
Go
machines.
trade them a closet so that they could actually
I
use
remember
what they
the Flex, what is it?
The Bowflex.
Bowflex. Yeah, that thing is like $1,800 when you buy it new, and it shows those actors, or those fitness people so cut with that thing. Well, you can go online and get that puppy for $200 or $300.
Really?
Yeah, it's they're all over the place.
Oh, wow.
They get stuck with them. All right, so thank you, Claudia. She is the real deal. She's a person, like she said, in her 70s who has come into the laser spa and has struggled with stubborn belly fat. She said since her kids.
Yeah.
That sounds like a long time, because I'm sure she hasn't had a kid in a while. And to come to the laser spa, even though her husband was skeptic. Remember that? Telling her, I don't know, it's impossible. I mean, I've heard that all the time.
Oh, of course.
And there she was, dropping 2 pant sizes, 2 dress sizes, losing 2 inches in girth off her midsection, more energy, feels better about herself. I mean, you just can't put a price on that. So if you're sitting listening to this, our consultation is free. Come in, check it out, see the laser, watch the video, look at the pictures, let me explain it to you. I will give you my honest opinion if I think it'll benefit. We have all kinds of easy ways to pay. It's fun. And I need your help. I need you to come in so we can get more people feeling better and looking better.
And I think the skepticism is why these testimonials are so powerful and are so important, because a lot of people hear the laser is helping to get rid of stubborn belly fat, and people think, well, that's impossible. The science doesn't work that way, but it does. This is some type of gimmick. This is some type of trick. And so many people, a parade of individuals who go through the Slim Body Laser Spa, they go in skeptical. They see the testimonials. They see the stuff happen up close, and they buy into it, and then you go through the program and you realize this is not a trick. This is actually happening. This is truth.
We got a 3,500 person conga line that cruises through Stuart. I'm trying to make Stuart. Yeah, I don't have any fat hat. I don't have any fat hat. I am going to try to put Stuart on the map as the most fit, the thinnest, the most healthiest looking, and really truly people in Florida.
There you go.
I want you to, when people think of Stuart and they go out to the beaches and they go to Publix, which is where you're going to see everybody, you see these incredibly fit, well, normal weight people.
Mm-hmm.
And with my T-shirt on, Slim Body Laser Spa.
There you go.
How does that sound?
I like it.
That's my vision.
I like that world.
That's my vision, yeah. I'd like it to at least switch to be 30-40% of our population is looking better and feeling better with safe, non-invasive laser, non-invasive laser. This is not cool sculpting, people. This is not the hot lasers. This is not fat freezing. This is not liposuction. So
you're not burning
this has nothing to do with what we're doing other than the fact that we're treating the same area. This is a safe, non-invasive, low-level laser. It's cold laser technology that actually stimulates a healing response, a release of the fatty tissue, and then you burn it as energy, and we handle your nutritional intake, try to coach you on safe, sane diet, and the results. It's just a natural process to feel better and to look better. It's not natural to carry all this weight around. It's not healthy. It's not normal. It's not okay. It's common, but it's not okay. We can change that, but you got to give us a call. You got to come on in. And we're starting to open up. We actually had a few openings for new clients this week. A lot of our wonderful northern contingency is traveling back up north on the airplanes, and I see the car carriers out in front of the spa. They get right in that median, and then people put their cars on those car carriers. I used to drive back and forth from New York to Florida.
Yeah.
I like that drive.
It's still snowing up there. Nobody wants to drive in the snow.
Most people don't want to. I can't believe how many people have the car and the carrier. That surprised me. Have you ever done the auto train?
No. I've heard of it.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Was it?
Yeah. You the auto train, you take it from Virginia, which is just south of Washington, D.C., and they load it up on the car carrier, and then you ride the train, the Amtrak, all the way down to, I think it's Sanford, Florida, which is where they let you out. And it's a nice trip. I brought a very nice car down, and I got the one time I did the where you sit in the seats like the lounge chairs.
Yeah.
It was horrible.
Was it?
Oh my God! Everybody put their blankets and sheets up around them because they wanted to try to sleep, and you're on this. It's like a lounge chair. It's hard to go to sleep if you can't stretch out. And then the next time I did it, I got the sleeper car.
There you go.
And that was the ticket. They have these bunk rooms, and you have the curtain you can pull over it, and you can sit with all the pillows backed up against the wall. And as the world goes by, Carolina and Virginia and Georgia, it was around Christmas time.
Oh wow!
So you saw all the lights at night, all the Christmas tree lights, and you're sitting there in your boxer shorts with your back up against the wall, watching the world go by. It was great. Take a little nap. It was such a better trip than sitting in those coach chairs.
I'm gonna have to try that. That sounds like fun.
Yeah, I love trains. Trains are fun.
Never been on one.
No, really.
Not a passenger.
God, I mean, you're so young.
Does the train at Disney World count?
That's a tram.
Okay, fine.
Trains are fun. Yep. Anyway, so that's called the Auto Train. I don't even know if they're still there. I guess they are. So, all right. Thank you so much to Claudia for that testimonial. I want you to know our phone number is 772-223-5885. And you come in. We're doing free consultations. You just got to call up, schedule. I'm there 8 to 6, Monday through Friday, Saturday, 8 to 12. Okay. So I want to get back into this study about this from the JAMA saying that all these supplements are not benefit, there's negligible benefits, that people are overdoing certain ones, and that they're being ripped off. So, and I'm going to give I'm just going to finish reading this article and go over it a little bit more. So, perhaps the most enlightening was the data on the characteristics of supplement users, the type of people that use supplements. What do you think they would be? In all probability, they were among the healthiest members of the population. They're more likely than non-users to report being in very good or excellent health, to use alcohol sparingly, and to refrain from cigarette smoking. People that use supplements exercise frequently and to have health insurance, and they have health insurance. Other studies show that supplement use is more frequent among those who are older, who weigh less, and have higher levels of education or socioeconomic status. So, you got that? Let's go over that again. People that use supplements are among the healthiest members of the population. Now, is that because of the supplements, or are they just healthy? Are they healthy?
I think the people that are concerned enough to take supplements are probably, I buy into
confronting
the idea
their health.
Well, I buy into the idea that they're healthy people in general. They're going to be eating better, exercising more, and doing that because they obviously care enough about their health to take that step of taking supplements.
I agree. In my office as a chiropractor for 30 years, the people that take the supplements for the most part are people that understand the importance of their health, and they are taking care of, they're healthy people. And that's why they take supplements, to maintain and sustain their health. You don't really have somebody who is, again, they say you can determine how somebody takes care of themselves, whether or not they wear their seatbelt, and how do they take care of their teeth. These are findings that you never even think about. So why would you put on your seatbelt? Because you want to prevent a death from a simple accident. So somebody who normally wears seatbelts and sticks to a seatbelt rule is somebody who's more likely to embrace supplementation, to do chiropractic care, to do yoga, to take better care of themselves.
Okay.
Because that's part of taking care of yourself. People that get their teeth cleaned regularly have a better chance of eating supplements and taking care of themselves, because it's part of the package. So if you're out there taking supplements, and you know what else they found out? People that listen to talk radio have a higher education and economic status than those that don't.
Sure.
Because they're interested in topics, they're interested in things that have depth and meaning. Not all talk has depth and meaning, but at least there's information you're getting out there. So just let you guys know. So these are the people that are more likely to take vitamins. So that means in a study that trying to determine the possible health benefits of a supplement, researchers must control for all such characteristics in order to isolate the contribution of the supplement. So, when you have healthy people and they take supplements, they're already healthy. So they're saying that it isn't a great segment of the population to determine the effectiveness of vitamins, since they're already so darn healthy.
Yeah, if you're already healthy, the benefits are going to be minimal.
Right. So, so what they said is that an independent group of doctors who based their advice on solid evidence opted not to recommend regular use of any multivitamins to prevent cardiovascular disease or cancer in people who are not nutrient deficient. So what the study has showing is that they're saying that if you're trying to prevent cardiovascular disease or cancer and you're getting your nutrition, proper nutrition, that you don't really need to take these vitamins and minerals. There's very little basic effect trying to prevent disease, cancer, and things. If you're nutritionally current, if you're eating right foods, that you don't need these things.
Is that the base? I mean, is that the main finding?
This is what they're saying, yeah, and it wonders why. So, they say it's like nutritional insurance, that multivitamin mineral supplements is like nutritional insurance as their rationale, knowing that they often eat erratically or fail to consume recommended amounts of nutrient-rich vegetables and fruits. That taking a supplement containing a broad range of vitamins and minerals seems to be the easiest and cheapest way to fill in any gaps. And I believe in that. And I'm going to go over that exactly why. So nutritional specialists point out that no pill can supply all the nutrients found in whole foods. For example, a multivitamin mineral supplement contains none of the fiber in fruits and vegetables. And to provide the amount of daily calcium recommended, the combination pill would be too big for most people to even swallow. So really, people, we eat food for energy, for nutrition. That's why we eat food. That's where we get our intake. That's what makes our body, right? I mean, we're eating something and our body is digesting and assimilating, and it's taking those nutrients and it's building proteins, it's building the fatty acids, it's building the joints, it's building your nervous system. It's incredible what we build from eating food. This is our source of nutrition. So it stands to reason that you want it to be nutritionally whole. You don't want to put poison and crap into your body and expect the body to make good, healthy tissue. Mm-hmm. It's hard to make good, healthy tissue from French fries. Right?
True.
It really is. Or from nacho chips. Because it has low nutritional effect. So there's a certain percentage of food that we eat which is toxic to the body, and the body has to work to rid ourselves of those toxins, and that takes energy. Energy that could be used for healing, for making love, for working, for other things. Mm-hmm. So the better nutrition that you can eat and take care of, the better your body's going to function and the better chance you have of healing and staying alive and being healthy and having a normal weight. And so, when I look at foods and I look at the body, I say to myself, our body is mainly made up of protein, minerals, and fat. I mean, that's really what we're made of. So those are, the main food groups are protein, fats, and carbohydrates. Those three main food groups: proteins, fats, and carbohydrates. Our body is made of protein and fats with minerals. We have no carbohydrate in our body, right? We don't grow plants. There's no leaves coming off of my back. There's no, fungi, although I guess we could have a nasty yeast infection. That would be a carbohydrate making bread somewhere. But for the most part, your body is protein and fat. And then, so when we eat food to make ourselves, to give us nutrition, we want to make sure that we have a good amount of protein and healthy fats, because that's what's going to help our body to build itself. And the purpose of carbohydrates, which are the plants and the vegetables and the fruits, is to give you fiber and also to bring in those phytonutrients, those minerals, and those trace vitamins and supplements and things we need to sustain life. All of the minerals which are in the soil, and the phytonutrients, the colors, the blues, the purples, the oranges, all of those have been shown to have health benefits in preventing cancer and building healthy tissue. So we know eating a diet which is wholesome and full of these types of naturally occurring foods are very beneficial to us. So in Scientific American, they had an article, and it says, "Dirt poor, have fruits and vegetables become less nutritious?" So think about that. If we eat fruits and vegetables to give us nutrition, and there's all these trace elements and minerals, where do those trace elements and minerals come from that the plant absorbs? Comes from the dirt, doesn't it? Right, Mike?
That's right.
Right? And where did the dirt come from?
That is above my pay grade. Where did the dirt come from?
Well, the dirt came from the massive amounts of plant and vegetation and debris over the centuries, the eons of where it has fallen down into the ground, and it's turned into compost and mulched, and and also the meteors that hit our planet back in the billions of years ago, which blew out stardust and chemicals, magnesium and calcium and nitrogen, and all of these trace stardust has mixed into the dirt with the dead plants and the dead animals, and all of this biomass is what we're built of. That's our basic tissue comes from that, of course, through more perfection and it's more organized, but
right.
Truthfully, that's why, and so what it is the Earth's crust around the surface of dirt has the most nutrients and minerals because of the way that it's laid out.
Right.
And when you plant plants in these soils and in these dirts, they absorb those nutrients, and then we eat those plants and we get the benefit from that. Now, that's fine if the plant is growing in a natural state and it falls back into the dirt and it's composted back in through decay and more plants are built on top of it. It's sustainable. Where we're running into problems is our food, for the most part, is coming from commercially grown produce. And commercial growing of food grows food in the same dirt again and again and again and again over years and years. And what happens is the soil becomes depleted of those trace minerals and chemical, those things we need to sustain life. And farmers know that. We all know that. So what they do is they put fertilizer and things back into the soil so they can continue to grow the food in that same soil. But they're not replacing all of these trace elements, these minerals, and these these things which occurred over millions of years to collect in our Earth's crust. So we're actually getting food that's become less nutritious. It's called soil depletion. So this is a article which is in the Scientific American, and the question is, what's the nutritional difference between the carrot I ate in 1970 and the one I eat today? I've heard that there's very little nutrition left. Is that true? You never heard of this, Mike?
I mean,
you never thought about it?
I know that they have crop rotation and things like that because too much of one crop in an area, it's not going to be able to grow it anymore.
So when you go into a vegetable or produce to buy that stuff, are you confident that those vegetables and fruits have as much nutrition that they did 100 years ago?
No, I would assume they have less.
Right. Yeah, and that's important. Because if you're not getting it and they're green and they're colored, but maybe they don't have all those elements because they're not being put in. So it would be overkill to say that the carrot you eat today has very little nutrition, especially compared to some of the other less healthy foods like you also eat, But it is true that fruits and vegetables grown decades ago were much richer in vitamins and minerals than varieties most of us get today.
I saw a TV thing. They found original carrots in a market, and they don't look anything like the orange carrots that we know of today.
It's probably true. The main culprit in this disturbing nutritional depletion trend is what we call soil depletion. Modern intensive agricultural methods have stripped increasing amounts of nutrients from the soil in which the food we eat grows. Sadly, each successive generation of fast-growing, pest-resistant carrot is truly less good for you than the one before. A landmark study on the topic by Donald Davis and his team of researchers from the University of Texas Department of Chemistry and Biochemistry in the Journal of the American College of Nutrition studied the U.S. Department of Agriculture nutritional data from 1950 and 1999 for 43 different vegetables and fruits. And their findings were reliable declines in the amount of protein, calcium, phosphorus, iron, riboflavin, which is vitamin B2, and vitamin C over the past half a century. Reliable declines. Davis and his colleagues chalked this up to the preponderance of agricultural practices designed to improve the traits, the size of the fruit, the growth rate, and pest resistance, other than nutrition. So, efforts to breed new varieties of crops that provide greater yield, pest resistance, and climate adaptability have allowed crops to grow bigger and more rapidly, but their ability to manufacture or uptake nutrients has not kept pace with their rapid growth. There have likely been declines in other nutrients too, he said, such as magnesium, zinc, and vitamins B6 and E. But they were not studied in the 1950s, and more research is needed to find out how much less we're getting of these key vitamins and minerals. The Organic Consumers Association cites several other studies with similar findings. A Cushy Institute analysis of nutrient data from 1975 to 1997 found that the average calcium levels in 12 fresh vegetables dropped 27%. Iron levels dropped 37%, vitamin A levels 21%, and vitamin C levels 30%. A similar study of British nutrient data from the 1930 to 1980, published in the British Food Journal, found that in 20 vegetables, the average calcium content had declined to 19%. The decline in iron is 22% and potassium 14%. Yet another study concluded that one would have to eat 8 oranges today to get the same amount of vitamin A as our grandparents would have gotten from 1.
Wow.
What can be done? The key to healthier produce is healthier soil. Alternating soil between growing seasons and giving the land time to restore would be one of an important step. Also, the omitting of pesticides and fertilizers in favor of organic growing methods is good for the soil, the produce, and its consumers. Those who want to get the most nutritious fruits and vegetables should buy regularly from local organic farmers. University of Texas's scientist Davis warns that just because fruits and vegetables aren't healthy as they used to be doesn't mean you should avoid them. Vegetables are extraordinarily rich in nutrients and beneficial phytochemicals, he reported. They are still there, and vegetables and fruits are our best sources for these. So, why am I bringing all this up? The study that I repeated about that there's very little benefit in all these vitamins and minerals as far as preventing these diseases, chronic disease and cancer, we know that there are deficiencies that only vitamins can cure. There's deficiencies, that are physical problems that people suffer, like scurvy. If you don't have vitamin C, you can have scurvy, rickets, some of these nutritional problems that people develop in developmental. You need certain nutrients to treat those. So nobody's denying that. What they're saying is that taking these massive amounts of supplements, to prevent long-term disease, there's just no proof that it works. However, understanding that, they say you get it from your fruits and vegetables. That's what the study showed. Right. Generally Medical said you get it from your fruits and vegetables. And I just read a study from Scientific American that states that there's a 30 to a 40% decline in these vitamins and minerals and phytonutrients in the vegetables and fruit that we buy at the store. a 30% decline in calcium, iron, phosphorus. So what does that mean? Supplementation. You need to do supplementation, people. I would stand with you to tell you that it doesn't create any physical problems, and if you need it, it's very beneficial, and if you don't need it, you haven't hurt yourself by doing it. So I like liquid vitamins myself. I have a product that I recommend for myself. It's called Intramax. It's made by Drucker Labs, and it's over 240 organic based minerals, vitamins, phytonutrients that are organically suspended, and it's like a kitchen sink of a multivitamin. You know, when you get the one a day or you buy the capsules, they're very limited in the amount of vitamins that are in it. The Intramax, because it's a liquid vitamin, it covers all of your bases. It's got noni juice, it's got aloe vera, it's got the things which are in some of these like the Monavi, you know, and these super foods, you know, barley greens, the spirulina. I don't know all of it's too many to even name here, and that's what Intramax does. So I do a capful of that in the morning and a capful in the evening, and that way I know I'm getting these trace elements. I also believe in a mineral supplement, a liquid mineral supplement. We're definitely not getting our minerals from the foods. Even organic foods don't have very much of it because it's so difficult to replace minerals. So a good mineral supplement can be absolutely life-changing when it comes to the immune system, and it can be to fighting and resisting disease and infections. So please do it with care. Don't overdo these vitamins, but I think it's important to take a certain amount each and every day. Unless you're growing your own food and you're, practicing the right soil techniques where the soil is turned every single day. And I suggest having a garden. We used to have a lot of gardens, and we don't have as many today. Gardening is tough in Florida because it's so hot and there's a lot of pests.
Yeah.
But you can still have a really good, well-established garden. All right, so you're listening to the Slim Body Laser Spa. I'm located in Stewart on East Ocean Boulevard. If you want to lose 3 to 9 inches of stubborn belly fat, give us a call, 772-223-5885, or get in the car, drive down to Slim Body, and I will meet with you. We'll have a consultation, see if we can help you get rid of some of that stubborn fat, and also help to turn your health around or to keep the health you got. I think that is just as important as recovering is to maintain your health. I appreciate you so much. Remember, we're the Slim Body Laser Spa. Hey, I'll see you next week, okay? Have a great day. Thank you so much.